My great-grandmother Rose the Teeny created an impact on her family long after she has passed. Today we'll learn more about her from family members and through the recreation of her famous pasta recipe.
My grandmother Rose was a strong immigrant woman who had to run the household, and with her two older sons being away at World War II, she had to do all the work herself. I think the greatest strength of my grandmother was her strength and the importance of family.
Her legacy lives on today because she puts an emphasis on family first. Therefore, we make the attempt to not only see our close relatives, but our distant relatives also. One of my best memories with greats would be getting together for family dinners on Sundays, and she would always make spinach and pasta, and it was the world's greatest. It was so good.
Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. I'm Chef Jimmy, and today we're going to be making pasta. Now, I'm not talking about some off-the-shelf Kroger pasta. I'm talking about Great-Grandma Teeny's homemade, straight from Italy, family recipe pasta. Let's get started. So we're going to start off with our ingredients. We have our rolling pin, a butter knife, a whisk for beating the eggs, salt, olive oil, flour, water, eggs. We have our sauce, which you can either make homemade or just buy from the store. Some freshly grated Parmesan cheese. And then we have our secret weapon, the Grazia 150 millimeter deluxe stainless steel pasta maker, brought straight here from Italy by our great-grandma Tini and passed down through the generations. So instead of mixing in a conventional bowl, we're actually going to be making a bowl out of flour. So you're going to want to use about a quarter of the bag. And push together. So to make the bowl, you just want to dig in the middle a little bit and make sure the sides are even. Alright, so once all the sides are even and you're done making the bowl, you're ready to stir the ingredients. So we did a little less than a quarter of a bag, which means we'll use about 2 eggs. Just crack it over the side. Alright, with those 2 eggs, you're just going to want a pinch of salt, and just a little bit of water. To mix it, we're going to just use the whisk. And once you start whisking it, you're going to want to slowly push the sides in. But you want to make sure that the sides stay even so that it doesn't break through. Alright, now we're coming along. So once it gets too thick for the whisk, then you're just going to want to start to push some flour in and use it by hand. It'll be really sticky at first, and that's what you don't want. So you're going to add flour until it's a nice consistency. Alright, so once you have your dough ball, you're going to notice a bunch of little crooks and kinks in it. To get that out, you're just going to want to knead the dough. Alright, so once you're done kneading it, you're going to have basically a smooth dough ball. And when you're done with that, you're going to want to let it settle for about 20 minutes. But to keep it from becoming too dry, we're just going to get some olive oil. A little bit on your hands. And rub it around the dough. Alright, so once your dough is nice and settled, you're going to want to flatten it out and roll it. Alright, so once you've rolled it, you're going to want to cut it just in little small pieces. Now these pieces are going to be flattened and put through the pasta maker. Alright, so now that your pieces of dough are ready to be put in, you're just going to put it on kind of medium setting, so you don't want it too thin, but just enough. And you're going to start rolling them through. So you go 3 times through, and then that piece is going to be done. So to start boiling the water, you're going to want to grab a pot. It doesn't have to be this big. So for this pot, you're going to want to go about 1/4 of the way up with water. Alright, so once you got your water boiling, you're just going to go down here and grab another pot. Should work. You're going to grab your sauce and bring it back this way. So now that our water is boiling and the sauce is cooking, it's time to make the pasta. So we have this extra little head right there that we're going to put on the pasta maker. Over here. And we're just going to do what we did before and just feed it through. Make what we call a bird's nest. Set these on the side. Alright, so now that we have our bird's nest, our pasta is finally ready to boil. So now that we have our sauce finished and our pasta was boiled for about 5 minutes, we're going to mix them together. Okay. Alright, and now our pasta is ready to eat. Get a little Parmesan on there. And that's a good dinner.